Yes, yes, yes. Hello, the virus. Where is my stuff? Where is my stuff? I don't know where my stuff is. Oh, 0311. Check first. Oh. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, right. More grinding, I suppose. Da, da, da. Yeah, I suppose. I don't really have the starting loading screen, so the boundaries are not as clear. But even if the stream started, if there's like one of those loading, waiting, starting soon, yeah, starting soon screens, that would have been fine too. Oh man, this is gonna be a lot of walk. I don't really know what the strat for this is. I'm just gonna get big shapes and then put some textures as and when I feel like they're ready for it or something. I don't know. This process in and of itself is part of the study, I guess. Oh man, all these tiny lines too. What was this supposed to be? It's meant to be that shadow, but it's actually kind of out of place, is it not? I think it's meant to be more on this side. Or something. No, it's really dark. Uh, sorry, I was caught up in my thoughts. Yeah, a new animation. I just find like it's a bit clunky for us, because I think for like VTubers and stuff, their stuff is a little bit more like a show. So the weight kind of makes sense. You kind of hype it up a little bit. For us, it's just coming in for work. It's like standing outside the workplace and being like, "Oh, hey, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for me to get in to work today?" It's like, I don't know if it's worth the wait time. Um, yeah, you are remembering correctly. I have a lot of unfinished animation projects. I'm starting more projects, and so on and so forth. It's great, I guess. You know what I should be doing? I should be swapping over to the other regime of painting, the Piotegu style of painting, because this is getting a little bit too paint in the ass. So I think the strat would be to duplicate 3 of these guys. Keep them as selection masks. Everything else gets merged into one giant pile of crap. Is that a good idea? Oh, you know what? I just... okay, you know what? Let's just forget about all that nonsense. I'm just gonna paint over everything, right? And then when I need the edges, I'll just select and get my edges back. Okay, yeah, that works better. No need for fancy layer setups. VTuber stuff is a bit more serious, I feel like, because they are... You know, not to say the other art streamers are not trying to make a living, perhaps, but, like, I feel like those VTuber individuals are more sort of serious with all the setups, perhaps, and all that. It'd be kind of funny, too, if I sit here waiting for, like, 3 minutes and no one shows up anyways. That'd be kind of funny, actually. Right. I like them rough edges. I like it rough. Say what? Streamers say what? What? There are so many shades of grays, or whatever their color, their version of this gray is. But as I don't really even know where to start. Like, there's so many shapes, man. Holy shit! Like, at what stage am I supposed to be putting in the cross and like this panel, for example? I feel like logically I should do it at the end, so I should just start doing the textures now, so the paint over. But like, at the same time, thinking about it is probably not a good idea, because I don't know what's best anyway, so you just do like whatever that comes to mind right now. I think would be the best way to deal with this. And then let experience do the talking down the line, I would say. So what do I do here? Let's say I just want to paint then. Let me just put some blocks here. This is really daunting. Oh my god, stop. Oh, but at the very least, I should be locking to all 3 of them. Please do that. Right, I think the purist in me really wants to learn, like not I don't want to. Okay, I mean, how should I phrase this? The purist in me thinks that it should be learned. It should be. I should know exactly what's happening. I should have the theoretically correct setup every time. But the realist in me is like, yeah, that's never gonna happen. If you're gonna go that far, you might as well just render it first. So I don't know where I stand now, honestly. I would love to know, but I also don't really think it's worth the effort, considering most of the time you can get by with just hand waving it. Surely there's a better use of the time. Is this thing too small for me? I think it is. Oh shit. Nobody like you. I see so many of those stupid YouTube shorts as just like, oh, would you like this superpower or that superpower? I kind of like them, I kind of hate them, right? It makes you think about how much life easier, how much easier life would be. But of course it sucks because it's never true, but Rendering is so fun. Oh my god, this stupid ass. Okay, I need to not have the mask on here because it's always gonna keep getting messed up whenever I do selections here. So I'm just gonna put this in a folder so the mask doesn't ever get touched. Attached? Anyways, today's 3 hours probably will be spent doing just this one thing. So this is pretty daunting here. Yeah, like all these textures. But it looks like it's mostly just foil. Like all the problems I've been running into so far, it's just this aluminum foil kind of setup. Everything else we can kind of emulate for now, so. It's like even the really coarse noise, I think this is kind of like what we had before. But maybe just multiple of them stacked up. Actually, that's kind of interesting. Where are these things coming from? How is this? Some of these textures are like so tiny too. Like I don't know what this was for. It must be part of some kind of brush pack. But if it's so tiny, like when is it ever gonna be useful? Yeah, this feels like some kind of a noise that can go over everything, perhaps. Oh, right. Dang it. Hello, what the? Misclick. Oh, wait. It disappeared. Oh, sorry, it's because... Wait, what? No? Huh? Where'd it go? Monochrome. Is it because of this? No? Oh, because it's all white. I see. It's already in the alpha channel setup. So I need to swap, and there's no need to do that. And then I can just keep it like this. If I just want a general noise here. Though it's very big. Noise. But that one is let's keep it for now. What else can I do? It's not a good substitute. Yeah, it's too flat too, right? The original, because of the render, it's just so hard to replicate. It's just a 3D render. These were never curved. What is this? Oh. It's just too coarse. This... Oh, this might not be too bad, I suppose. This could be a good stand-in. Perhaps. And then maybe... Alright, a bit more setup here. Burn it out. Broski. The setup is broke. What is that? Where is that coming from? Okay. That's the annoying thing with this setup. I need to fix this positioning real quick. Reset my thingy. Cool. This proximity? No, it's not. Oh, I see. I have the setup already done. What? Oh, because I did the... Oh. Oops. No, not you. This. Oh, well. Still messed it up, but okay. Hey for me, oh hey for me, oh baby, you come. Da, 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 da. Must be a better way to do this, right? Unavoidable, I think, at this stage. Oh wait, this is this is meant to be this is really funny. It's meant to be some kind of a pencil, but because I made it so big, it it broke. Anyways, what is this? Oh, it's like a mixing thing, right? Yeah. Would be interesting actually if this thing is a little bit more fine. But it's tied to the... Right, so if I want to do it, I think we change it to spraying. Oh, it's already spraying. Particle sizing. Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't show it. Kind of sus. Maybe it works, maybe no. But what I'm learning mostly is just the fact that like it doesn't matter too much on like you just kind of break everything up and then paint over again, break everything up and then paint over again. You just keep repeating that process. Why doesn't it work? Oh, I see. This is one of those brushes where it only works if it's on the same layer. Otherwise, it doesn't see the color, it doesn't use it. Okay, so it comes back to painting on with just one layer with selection mask. So Piotegu's setup is probably still the best for this, considering we are painting. Alright, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, in that case, I'm gonna merge everything then. I'm just gonna slap everything together. Just in case, I'm gonna keep a backup. Dang it, dude. Stop. Doop, doop, doop. Merge. So that's the standard. Right there. You two just merged, dude. Oh, let me get this guy out. Merge. Right. And then I want to just set up my mask real quick here. I need flat colors for each. Oh. Oh my gosh. Select all layer, refer layer only. 1, 2. Copy. Push it up. Merge. Reference layer. Invert. Delete. Clean that up. So now I can... Oh. Well, yeah. Something weird's going on with the selection, but it's fine. So I can keep all 3 selected for the most part, and then we can just paint here. So how about the brush? Still kind of crap. Wait. Does this do anything? Color stretch, brush size, brush density. I don't know what the rules are for this brush. What is it doing here? If I'm doing this, it's no different from just using a noise layer, is it not? Is there any point in doing this? I can take this out, for example. And then I can have you guys be blocked out. Should have just used a selection. It's kind of stupid. Oh yeah. Yeah, noise brush is still probably easier to use. Oh, right. Selection to be like this. Oh, let's see. Alright, there you go. And then go back to brush. Yeah. Well, then oh, this is probably way too ambitious right now. That's very too early to put in the block too. It's so tempting to do it. Like, otherwise it feels like a blob of mess. But I suppose, like, you kind of have to start somewhere anyways. Doing it now most likely guarantees I have to redraw this at some point. But then, because I still want to put in more textures everywhere. Even if the colors are correct, which I don't think they are. Yeah, like, that's the broader gradient here that's also kind of missing. Yeah, but if I don't do it now, it's always going to be stuck there in the back of my head anyways, so I suppose we might as well just get started. Okay, I want this line to be clearer. Not these streaks as well. Oh, is it darker? No, it's about the same. Actually, kind of dark right now. A bit too high, I think. Oh. Yes, sir. I think so. You could make it happen. But I suppose there'll be better ones already out there. Also, hello, Yugami. Normal. I feel like regardless of how should I say this? Right now, I feel like I'm wondering again if I'm wasting my time doing this thing, because like the natural thing would to be just freaking render it, right? You know, like maybe it's more worth the time to do this in Blender. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna stop this because I know for a fact that I start to learn here, based on past experience. It's like despite other previous times where I've gained something, and I know that I'm gonna gain something this time too. I still can't help but doubt whether if this is the right way to use my time. It's just interesting, I would say. Yeah, I have to be honest, I'm not thinking too much about like why it is the way it is. It's always the desire is to sort of just learn it passively if I just do it enough times. Like listening to Japanese. It is what it is, indeed. I feel inadequate, you know, like I am supposed to be trying to push the limits as hard as I can, but then in the meantime I'm just also chilling out. But I also understand, you know, if you burn yourself out again, it's like no point. This and that and this. So I guess you can always do better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Like you think you want to do one thing and then you're like, oh shit, but like I still need the other thing that I was working on, but I guess I didn't finish that. It's like, oh man. Oh yeah, see, I drew the handles too early. Like I was trying to just get the thing set up, but then I just noticed, yeah, the bag is completely not done yet, so it's gonna go over my handles again. I'm trying not to be too tied down by like the order because otherwise, like, man, I find it like the executive dysfunction is insane. Like if you start thinking about the optimal way of drawing, order of drawing, unless you have the capacity. If not, like thinking about it, I find it just makes it so much harder to draw, and then you just stop. So then you might as well just go brain dead, and then be a little bit more repetitive, but at least you're doing things, I suppose. It is a interesting experience, I think, learning art. It is a struggle all the time, pretty much, right? Like I don't think. I wonder, like, if the pros consider themselves good, you know, like if the pros consider themselves their own skills satisfactory, or are they still just being like, you know what, this is the best I can do right now. I wish I could do better, and I'm just gonna use it to create something for now. Or do they actually feel like, yeah, you know what, I'm really good. I'm 100% satisfied. It's okay if I don't ever get better than this anymore. I wonder which one it is. Although, I suppose setting up like a binary system probably isn't the best. Probably more nuanced than that, as always. It's not fun, guys. One day I'm gonna stop saying it sarcastically, and I know I've made it. One day I'll stop saying it sarcastically. This piece would end up being like a confidence. This study would end up being like a confidence booster, if nothing else. Just to know that I can maybe wade through all the muddiness of all and the complexities and stuff, and come out with something that hopefully is somewhat okay and satisfactory. If I can do just that, then even if I don't really learn too much about the textures, it's also fine too. But I'm sure we'll get something out of textures too. It's just I need to find a way to do this. Some of these, like this looks pretty decent. Like this is actually kind of able to emulate it a little bit better. It looks too dense for us, but we can always just scrub it out, right? And then I can brush over some parts of this that I don't want. And then all of a sudden we have something that's kind of the same. Do you mean invert? Or invite? Being sarcastic, you invert, not oh, whoops. Sarcasm. Got it. Where's my oh, it's over here. Way too many things here. I don't have that same scrape. I thought I had that same scraping before. It is the oh, I know how to. Oh no, it's this one that I thought it was the one that I had. This is pretty close too though. Just a lot more sparse, I think. Right, yeah. Wanna say I don't wanna say that. Yeah, it's a lot messier though. Following brush direction. Oh. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I see why there's a gap. That means I can just wait, hang on, what is this? This is also a ribbon, right? Is it just the shape that's different? Oh, I see, it's a density. How about let me just duplicate this. Interesting. Brushed it. Oh, but it's not ribbon though. What? Oh, I need to do this. So now I can do this, but then I need 90 degrees. Like that. If I say something, I do the opposite. If I say something, I do the opposite. Huh. Oh, that's right now. Right. Makes sense. I think that makes sense. I guess I'm just wondering if they if the targets have been moving or not. Oh, they have found a point where it stops moving. Because like if you will hit your current satisfactory level versus the one from like 5 years later might be very different, right? Depending on I guess how satisfied you are. And maybe in a way you can say that that's just because you wasn't even satisfied in the first place. But sometimes you hit a goal and then you want to get to the next goal and you keep this cycle up and it keeps going. I wonder if the pros maybe found a point where they are like just yeah, you know what? It's great. I don't even want to get better anymore. I wonder if that is the thing. I don't know if it's even a valid question. Yeah, it's too sparse. Suppose I could mix and match. It's very clunky though if I do it like that though. This is like my favorite brush so far, this one here. It is dense enough, but it still has streaks. Yeah. Dang, dude. Yeah, the spacing is interesting. There's this kind of like a perfect spacing. Oh wait, no, I'm trying to make it more dense. Oops, wrong way. Maybe if I do something like this. Mine's not as neat though. The overlapping as well. Yeah, so let's hope we find that point soon. I feel like it's gonna... Yeah, perhaps they're not like spending that much time doing art. If you like pump out like 2 or 3 pieces a day, I imagine you probably not draw the same character for like a decade. Although I don't know exactly if the artist you're thinking of is maybe doing that. Be kind of insane. Yes, sir. Why is it... Hmm. It's too even for me right now, but it's fine, I think. Oh, I also am just a little bit far from this. Definitely things I should be doing on different layer, I think. You know, I just realized that this is mostly trying to look at the textures. The thing that I've been just painting right now doesn't really have much of that. It's just noise and specks of dust that I can always just sprinkle in at any time. And seems like I should maybe focus on... Yeah, it's kind of a chore though to do with all the textures and stuff. I guess that's the whole point. That is the point, sir. Interesting. It's only on the gray. But yet I don't see it there. It's just... There's strange distributions of... Like, the density isn't even. How did it get rendered in like that? What is that? Oh. I don't seem to recall that this is a little bit different than this. it's entirely from the noise, huh? It's even. So the problem is that we have to. I see. Not dense enough. Not small enough. Still. Oh, this is brush density. Oops. Separate stuff. Mm. I definitely don't like the manually put in noise. I think most of the noise should still probably go in via a big overlay layer here. When you selectively paint it in. There's also this issue of this. Oh, this one has the cheat on it. I see. What? Oh, selection, huh? Wonder if this can substitute the foil. It looks more like a scratch up ball rather than like a texture. If it has like foil texture, because it's too even. The lines are. But this one, I think we need to brush in the noise then. It's overdone right now, but can I paint here? Oh, because I don't have anything selected. I see, I see. It's just letting me go anywhere I want. No, it's okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's all too big still. Oh, this is actually kind of interesting at creating noise. Just like a really fine rig. I have to be careful not to leave these curves, I think. So maybe if I tap it like this and it just goes zigzag. It's very uneven though, I think. It's hard to make it even. I suppose it is possible if you just have better control. And then mix in with a bit of like a marker or something. Cool. Grain and noise, I have no idea. I think maybe grain is a specific type of noise. I feel like noise is like a broader umbrella of like that kind of static-y kind of vibe thing. Grain might be, I'm just guessing, might be one specific type that comes about as a result of a specific physical phenomena. I don't know, because grain seems to be more related to cameras. So maybe it's a type of static noise that comes from some kind of process, physical or chemical process in the design, perhaps. I'm also just making a quick note here. What's the last one? Oh, like peel paint. These are kind of similar. That's where crisscross. Kind of dissatisfactory, I think, but my noise brush isn't fine enough. So if I come in here and try to paint it in, like the blobs themselves are way too big. I believe there is a particle size in here, but I don't know how well it reacts to being really tiny. Because it loses its I mean, I guess I am literally working with pixels here, whereas this original was 10,000 pixels long. What's our size right now? So the width is reporting to be 3,000 because of this selection. That means like of what? It's just 4K res. So we're about, you know, perhaps like 2.5 times less pixels than what they are working with. Maybe there's a limit in that regard as well. Like this part here I especially don't like, because I think noise going across everything evenly seems to not look very good, because it looks very lazy. So either the noise is isolated to just the light or dark blocks, right? Either block, and then the other block doesn't have it. Like for example over here, the foil is the dominant one in the light shape, and then the noise is the dominant one in the darker shape. And that sets up the contrast between the two shapes, and it looks really nice that way. So I tried to paint over it, but then the second problem with this is the noise itself isn't very dense, I feel like. Isn't very fine and not dense enough. So as a result, there is a bit of a gap. Even if I do this, maybe I'm still lacking some more definition in this area as well. That is also part of the problem. But otherwise, I think those two that I stated are like kind of the main thing that makes this area not look that good, despite us trying to do something similar. Yeah, some kind of difference. And of course, this layering, ordering is kind of subpar, because I need to repaint a lot of stuff, but I think it's fine. Not too bad. Oh, and this area is just too noisy. I think... It's interesting, like some... Like the noise is... The noise is sparse, like the really white, the brightest color in this region, right? The brightest color is like almost a pure white thing. Despite me being able to see that it is just a noise, for example. I feel like there's a tendency to try and lighten up the entire area because that's how you perceive it, right? Your eyes kind of average out the values a little bit. So I need to just be a little bit more aware of that, because I maybe not want to not do that. And just let the bigger strokes do the noise directly do the talking. Yeah, this part is too noisy. I don't know how to clean this up. Maybe just like do this. This brush is also a little bit tricky because I think it has textures. Wait, hang on. Yeah, it has textures on it. Maybe let me get a version of it without the textures, because the textures makes it so that if I don't commit fully to the stroke, the texture becomes kind of annoying because it will peek through. But sometimes you kind of want it to just be a little bit fainter, you know? Maybe have the transition and the lost edge. So now I don't have to worry about the texture anymore. Right, but these edges are not clear enough. Yeah, so this is a problem with the brush. I don't think there's much I can do about this. So either I paint it really hard, but then it will just be a solid blob of color like this, because our brush is different. Or if I try to, like, get this area to be roughly in the same level of brightness that I'm perceiving, which as a result of this sparseness, it feels like a gradient, you know? Almost. But then you will get these really, really soft edges, which is not what you're seeing at all. It's completely just hard edges. So not having like a brush like this kind of hurts, because there's no good way to emulate this with a... I think that probably is the problem right now. If I... Maybe I can try to work around it if I just like scratch it up like this, right? But then the pattern of this brush becomes really obvious. Not to mention the unevenness of it. If you have one brush that's taking care of it, the density will be very even. Just like how if I do this, it would be very even. But if I start scratching it up, then it depends on how I scratch it up. And now there's another sort of soft edge in here as well, with this transition of the scratchiness of it. So it's like, it's interesting. There's no good way to, it would seem, to kind of replicate this. So far, like, yeah, I guess you just have to be really committal, given like how hard the edges are. It has to be very committed brushstroke. Which means the brush itself does a lot of the talking, which means that if you don't have the right one, then it is what it is. I guess this is kind of like a more direct answer to like how, like, I remember 10 years ago I was looking for brushes and stuff when I couldn't even draw, and then I kept seeing this argument of like, hey, it's not about the brush, right? It's about the skill and all that. I mean, technically true. I can replicate, I suppose, everything that I see here with a singular round brush if I just want to spend the time there. But even then, you still need like a blur. You still need some kind of like a blur tool, because you cannot replicate the soft edges. So the tools themselves are, of course, very important. It's just that I guess most beginners place way too much emphasis on it. That warrants a sort of more generic, hey, it's not the brush. It's you. Bro. But now it is definitely like there's some things you definitely cannot do without the brush, it would seem. I always thought that it's not necessarily the brush, like, making it impossible to do. Not having it makes it impossible, just that it will save you a lot of time. But I guess there are certain cases where it is kind of impossible to do. Realistically, I suppose. Maybe you could still just get everything with a round hard edge brush. I feel like no matter how I push this, it doesn't really go anywhere. The original definitely has a, like, based on what I'm seeing, there's a very important order of operations here. Because that this nonsense has to go in first. It's kind of hard to see. And then the shadow goes over it, right? So most likely he goes from his render and then he just slaps in a bunch of textures, noise here and there, and then maybe the shadows go in. Oh, the shadow is for the astronaut. That makes a lot of sense. Because I was wondering, you would have just rendered that in already. It would have just been part of the render if it were already there. You don't have to add in any additional shadows, I don't imagine. Interesting. Anyways, hello, Deve. Well. Yeah, you got auto-modded. I didn't see anything. Not even in the YouTube studio. GG. Just get this line here. Lamau. If only we weren't so busy fighting each other. You could have anime waifus on the moon already. Dang, who's gonna be the first anime girl to be on the moon? In some way, shape, or form. I know you can send your own satellites up. You can send, you can send it half and half, I guess. Okay, okay. Thank you, Dubé. You can send your own satellites up, I know. You can just pay people and then buy like a 1 unit space, and then you can send whatever the hell you want, I think. I mean, of course, there's a limit. You can't just send like random stupid stuff. But I wonder if you can just send a literal anime figure up there if they care. I guess the name looks like a spam, Duvey, I suppose. I feel like I've seen this person's art before, though. I definitely have seen them, actually. How am I... How have I not followed them? I vaguely remember bookmarking some of these, because the colors are really nice, right? This is like just pure mood. Kinda insane. But yeah, and I am thinking like maybe one day I can just buy like 1 unit of space, make like a random ass satellite, claim that it's some kind of space experiment. I could still do it. I can still come up with some space experiment, and then just have something of Rhea up here. Up here. Yes, I'm on the moon, guys. Went to space because of so it must be on the moon. Okay, let's. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, I suppose. Wow, the amount of costs, the amount of dollar bills it requires, not to mention the fact that NASA, no one's gonna let you leave anything on it. But didn't Tesla shoot like a freaking car into space? So I guess nobody cares about space. But I guess it is Elon Musk. I don't know how anyone's gonna stop him. So conclusion is just be really rich. Like top 3 rich. Not even top 1%, like top 3 in the entire world rich. Yeah, these are all really great. The use of colors is so I would say this is pretty bold with colors, right? I feel like the shadow being this saturated, the light being that saturated, all the greens over here. Dang, dude. Hello, George. Who is this pretty artist? Oh, sorry. Do you not see the let me just send the link again. Let me see the edges. The edges are slowly getting lost. I think that's pretty impressive. They also kept the edges not as clean. Like these areas are completely lost. I think that's... I think that's pretty masterful. I wonder if it's better if like this edge was clearer, but this edge was more lost. But I guess it depends on how you set up the lighting and atmosphere. Because I guess in this case here, the bloom effect or like the glow or something the bounce light is stronger, so they did it this way. Whereas you might conceivably have this side be catching more light, the back being darker, and then this side being more lost, being that it's all in the shadow. I suppose it wouldn't necessarily make too much of a difference. Yeah, like the shadow here is just gone. Like that is wasn't that the one like artist with like the red coat or something? Like the one dude in like the red coat with like a very black background, very dark background. That is always brought up when lost edges were talked about. I feel like I don't know who they are though. I don't remember, but yeah. I was showing my coworkers my website today, and of course, like everyone's on their phones, and of course it looks like shit, and of course I forgot about that. Uh, but yeah, I've also removed mention of my YouTube from my Twitter, so that if they, on the off chance they decided to search my name up, they will find the Twitter. They probably won't find YouTube first, I don't think. But who knows? Maybe they're here right now. But yeah, like this is definitely like a target for studies. I feel like how have I not really? Oh yeah, it's like over here. Oh, I guess I bookmarked the process so that I can reference this. Wait, this should be in my system now, I think, right? I did an update of the system. Now we're close to like almost 7,000 images or something. I can't remember what the number was. And of course, I haven't been documenting tagging in a while. Oh my god. I'm caught up in my design nonsense. Oh my god. Since we were talking about this artist, I'm just gonna make sure that... Yeah, there you go. It's over here. So it's over here. Just gonna tag it as rendering, color, and the comp is also really good. I think it's more storytelling comp though. And then human. I put in my favorites list here. Good shit. Yes, thank you, Duvet. Oh, actually, this one in particular is a guide, so do that. Oh, this is interesting. Wait, hang on. I guess it's actually easier here. But like this pasta sign, the fact that it's brighter than the bright in the back and then darker than the dark in the back is very cool because it sets up the material so nicely. It feels way more reflective and metallic just because of that. Huh. Look at that. That's like the artist's good observation on the material there. Very golden. Oh my god. Oh, what about textures? Wait, hang on. It's not necessarily, yeah, it's not nothing in too particular. It's just like one or two brushes maybe. Didn't register in my head looking at that. These ones are more... Do they not have any sketching? Like no lines? They just like go in raw? What in the hell is this process, by the way? Like, what is this yellow decision making? Like, you think maybe like they're just like, oh, I need to make sure this is super saturated. Doesn't really matter which shade of yellow or orange or red. Just put something in first so that it gets that into my head. And then they kind of like dial it down as they sort of put in more colors. Maybe it's like a process like that. Because if you think about it, binary, okay, makes sense. It's just big shapes from the reference. This, I guess if you have a reference, I suppose it kind of makes sense, but... Yeah, like this, like if it's black and white, it makes a bit more sense in my head. But like choosing this saturated yellow, that I think that shows experience and like a good amount of vision. Because I'm sure the reference doesn't look anywhere close to this, right? The reference will only give you the shapes and the rough values and the rough vibes. But this decision to make this super saturated yellow, a very bright yellow at that, I don't think you would see this yellow in real life. Truly a get good moment. I mean, blah, blah, blah. The more I look at stuff like this, I'm like, oh shit, man. Like, is this really a good use of time for me to figure out like textures and stuff? This is so effective without anything, basically. But yeah, it's a style problem. So again, it comes back down to like, you know, like the idea. At least the previous one that we were looking at, it was the one that's like the really orange. At least there's a reason for things being rough. But if there wasn't a reason for it, then I wouldn't really know what to do with it either. Oh wow. What the hell did I do here? Some kind of difference or something? But anyways. Thank you, Duvet. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Nice. Nice. Good old South Park. Mine's actually ironically a little bit too clean compared to this 3D render, which is with like what? How does that work? This line needs to be broken up a little bit more. Perhaps, yeah, perhaps. Wow. I'm gonna end up repainting this, I just know it. But it's okay. Dang. I hope one day we can do something more like a community kind of thing. It would be nice. There's too much nonsense, too overextended right now. I don't know what to do. It would be good. You know, if I can at least set up my world building and all that, perhaps we can get something going with everyone contributing characters and stuff like that and stories. Hello? What the hell? Oh, what the fuck did I just do? This is not in the right spot, bro. Holy shit. Drunk. Mayhaps. I'm sure like one day all the nonsense things that I've done with like, I don't know, mobile apps, microcontrollers, Bitcoin, like not Bitcoin, this is what's that stupid thing called? Ethereum's contract is called what? Oh dang, I forgot what's it called, the language. But anyways, it'd be kind of cool to get everybody contribute, make some kind of art project, make it decentralized, lives forever. All the mistakes lives forever. That's how I made this stupid. God damn it, it's stupid. Alright, I'm not gonna look at that for a bit. Too much nonsense. Too many mistakes. Hell yeah. Oops, misclick. Oh, is it lower? No, it's just because I'm too high. No, I'm too low. Right. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna do here. Do. One day. Mambo, mambo. Omachuri mambo. Omachuri. Was it? That's great. Being used for what it's intended to be used for. Congratulations. Yeah, only probably because of that. I think my female version must be like really low now because I think in the beginning it was kind of high. It was like 30% almost. That was mostly because of Ask, which we have since then been not doing at all. So I suspect it's probably pretty low. Actually, is there any YouTube notifications today? Yeah, no, nothing. Okay. I remember if I checked it or not. Yesterday there was a comment begging me to make more videos, which I really do appreciate. That people do actually find so much value in it. Unfortunately, our priorities, our desires are not quite aligned in that regard. I would like to make more videos though one day. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's kind of jank. It needs to be very targeted. So big blocks onto very targeted texture application into paint over of more specific shapes. I think that would be the correct order. My hand cannot draw straight lines. Congratulations. Tomorrow, another day. It's kind of jank, but it's alright. Alright. Ah, そういうこと。Skill issue. I'm just gonna leave it. Passed away. Just no second tries. This is my life. Oh, Naruhodo is right next to this. Okay. Well, then I need the. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. If I start saying nonsense, it's because my mind is trying to escape what I'm currently doing. Interesting. Value problem, perhaps? Targeting. Or hold on. doesn't scratch it that well. This brush is a density problem. This brush is a particle size problem. But then I can do this, and then... Oh, is it even painting? Oh, I see. It becomes a haze. Whereas this is too loud. But maybe... It's just not sharp enough. Hmm. Wait a second. What does this do? Wait, hang on. Particle... Density down? Up? It still doesn't feel like it. It's not like a sand. This is more like a sand. What? 何が違うのこれ? This is also like a sand. But if you just go back and forth, it's actually kind of okay, you know? Maybe if I treat values, it's possible to make it look more noisy and fine, quote unquote. Oh wait, I want this guy. Oh wait, I want this guy. I should just be on the... I should swap positions. Missing stuff. Just do this first. What is my goal here, right? I guess we just get as close to the original as possible. We could spend like the entire week on this and still look inadequate, I feel like. The original goal was to learn more about textures, which we do, which we did, which we have, rather, already. Yeah, really, if that was the goal, I guess I should be more targeted and just focus on some areas, but... Wait a second, don't I have some kind of weird lightning brush thing that might actually work? Oh boy. What? You should have an interesting brush. What? I feel like I could make use of this somewhere. Anyways, there are these like lightning brushes, but these just paint the same thing over and over. I'm wondering if maybe it will look very definitely dubious. Perhaps it does kind of feel a little bit similar, but it's not a very efficient way of doing it for sure. If I do that and I just scratch it up afterwards, be like this. But then this takes over, right? Like whatever, whichever brush is afterwards would take over. No, that's not true. It's taking over because there are gaps in my brush here, which is then forming that pattern. If it were a big blob, well, then again, then everything would be gone. Unless I follow like some kind of a pattern. Right, I see. Someone has to make that pattern, that wobbly pattern. Like if it's just stick to this kind of line and then the rake brush, so horizontal lines and vertical lines, or rather, lines in the direction of the brush. That could be. I think that's probably it. I think thinner lines, more sparse lines, and then noise, right? And then noise. The occasional photo bash. Do I still have it? It's time to begin. Bigger than that. これがさっき作ったやつだね。Probably this guy. Right? Got it? Wrong. Yeah, this is the one with the foil. I think Beat's just using a photo, huh? I guess we're competing against a photo, though. That would make sense. Only on that part. What if I do it here? This part here. Just makes it not recognizable. Go the opposite way. No way, I just did this. No, wait, what am I doing? does nothing. Oh, I see. It's already maxed out. Did I grab the right layer? There you go. No. Can go to the toilet and be back. Oh. targeter with 2 teeth? Wow. Ooh. Lens send. Wait, what? Double color. Oh, wait, was that one was missing? No, the other one already fixed it, right? Oh. Wait, isn't this... Wait, what? Hang on a second. Maybe this is what I've been looking for. One of the stuff that we've been looking for. Let's keep you here for now. Where is the other one? Right, it's this guy, right? One of you guys, at least. これかな? I mean, the problem with this is the big gap in the middle. Wait, what? Because this guy is doing the tessellation thing now. But I think it looks better just because of the brush tip, not necessarily because of the brush setting. Because I'm trying to see what these guys are, right? These. Surely, like these are just like because they're too sparse, whereas this is capable of having a very grouped center while having a sparse side. These are just sparse. Well, they're sparse in the brush tip itself, whereas this is just nonsense. Yeah, this is like I only have the same texture up then to this point, so this is like the second one, the new one. That'll be interesting. I guess this is like a new option for us. It's able to maybe do a little bit of this kind of lifting, which actually looking at it now, I see what's happening here. The background originally had some kind of soft edge, and then the brighter color is being picked, and then it's getting put in. So it would be maybe something like this, and then it's like pushed in this way, but it's kind of like this. Okay, so ooh, that's kind of tricky. That means the gap itself depends on the size of the brush, I would say. So let's say this 150. Now all of a sudden it's, yeah. It's kind of a pain if I have to change it every time. But this has got that same sort of vibe to it. And of course we just have to draw the damn lines again on top of it, but I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep thinking that these things should be on a different layer, but I just cannot be bothered to actually put them on a different layer. So if I repaint this set of lines here. Every night. Meow, 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 meow. Grossy. I'm just gonna stick to my own then. Follow you with that. Sorry, why is that part have no noise? Oh, like this particular bottom triangle, right? You're talking about. I I don't know. I don't think it matters too much though. This artist style is definitely like very reliant on like the 3D, and then like after that it's just random scratching stuff. like random parts randomly. All the other pieces that they have as well are kind of like this. Oh wait, what's their Twitter name? I think it's not Twitter. The Pixiv is Rotata. Oh my god, it's so fast. Oh my god, look at my internet. It's so fast. Holy shit. Fastest internet ever. Which one was the one that I liked in the past? I think it was maybe this one. Sorry, misclick. Oh shit, it's huge. Oh yeah, this nonsense again. Hang on. Nope, not this one. But there is another one where there's a dirt road, and that dirt road is just very noisy as well, but also haphazardly noisy. Kind of like what's happening here. There's no real rhyme or reason. It's very... yeah, it's very reminiscent of the past. I can see myself, right? Like this one triangle here that doesn't have... let me send this. This triangle here that doesn't have the noise, right? In the past, I think I would get really caught up on it because like it's so high contrast, quote unquote, right? Because if you're looking at this one part, which is what you're doing when you're painting, you notice this so apparently. But the thing is, it once you zoom out, it just doesn't matter anymore. It's interesting because I would have been so caught up on it in the past, but now I'm just like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense that they're not bothering with it. That's just kind of how it is, you know, like... filters or overlays, yeah. You think so? Possibly. Oh no. Mercy. I'm so tired. I feel like that one triangle just has like zero impact on the entire scene, which is why they didn't care. Maybe they just wanted something different. This is the one I like, because this one is also kind of insane. But if you zoom in, it's just a mishmash of random nonsense. Maybe photo bashing, maybe brush. Maybe texture brush, maybe flat brush, maybe pattern stamping brushes. But if you zoom out, it's like great. Like even the girl herself, like the arms and hands and the gun is barely holding together, but... yeah, these are all photos, right? I wonder if we do like an image, reverse image search if it's possible, but Google Lens is trying to search the whole file. Like an idiot. Yeah. Oh, because it's not Chrome, right? Chrome gives you the option to select an area. But, oh, actually, that's a very, very interesting take, I think. I wonder, yeah, like, can AI tell what this is if they process the image, right? Because it's all noise. It's kind of like night shade, right? That's what that thing was doing. You add a bunch of, like, weird noise in. Because I'm wondering, right, if the entire image is noisy enough, is there a point where humans can tell what's happening, but AI cannot? But it doesn't make any sense, though, I feel like. If humans can find patterns in it, AI, like, you can reasonably then program something that would be able to do the same. So I think, unfortunately, I don't think that's possible. The Anaishi thing only works, I think, because like the AI is working in a very specific way, I guess. So maybe it's capable. We can reasonably deceive some, like the AI, if it stays the same. But if they change and become more generic, yeah. Well, but then if they get that to that point, I guess everything's kind of GG. Anyways, I feel like maybe I don't know if I want to continue doing this tomorrow. It feels like a little bit of a waste of time, but we also did gain some stuff out of it. Some ideas. Wow. Okay, I'm not drawing all these circles. Oh, it's like a half tone. Actually, wait, hang on. This is like a half tone that is just like warped. I can reasonably still craft this actually. Where's my half tone stuff actually? I don't know where I put it. This is one of them. Right. Right. It's not great, mate. How about this? Yo, YouTube's trying to DDoS me. Stop. Oh, it's way too pixelated, but... Oh, yeah, I need smaller. Warp? Man, this is giving me life to the PTSD right now. Live 2D's process is seriously way too tedious. Like, that's kind of insane. I will never be able to do it properly, I don't think. If I make one, like, improvement or, like, addition, stuff like that, maybe. But if we're getting any actual VTubers out, that's gonna be entirely commissioned, I imagine. Not possible. It's actually torture. Natural. Yeah, whatever. I can make this a bit bigger. Oh, I guess this kind of ruins the curvature already. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. I probably should have done it better. Come on, I'm just gonna leave it. Oh wait, no, I should make it darker first. True. Broski. Might hop off earlier today so I can get my design thing going. It's still gonna be a while before I can get... Oh wait, I can unlock this screen. Oh shit. Huh? Oh, I see, I see, I see. So confused for a second. Bro, ski? I'm gonna do some low-hanging fruits here, just to get some more definition. Mm, 40 is probably correct. Actually, ooh. There's definitely been a lot of progress. I think painting I can comfortably say that I'm not that scared of anymore. You're just putting down a bunch of messy shapes and very blur shapes. But I finally got the confidence to, I think, push through with it. Colors, I think, probably still a bit of a problem. But just a matter of time, I imagine. Also, like, holy shit, this is so not good skill, but textures, we've learned some more about what I like. Maybe got like one brush and maybe one technique with the mixing of like the noise. Where did I put that one brush? Dang it, dude. Oh, I see, it's over here. I need to consolidate the brushes again at some point. But we have this one now, which is, I guess, analogous to this, but like slightly different. And then there's also the noise thing where, oh, this noise is actually kind of nice. This brush is not that different from the other ones, except this one is very crisp. Like you can see each dot that is putting down is literally 1 pixel. So with enough contrast, this adds a lot of, how do I say this? Like it doesn't feel like the other brush where it feels like it's very, like you're not seeing things clearly. This feels like the moment you put it in, it becomes very high fidelity all of a sudden because it feels very deliberate. I don't know if that makes sense, but this brush is great, I think. And then even if we use the other one, this might not look good, but then if you take the surrounding and then you put it back in, and then you mix maybe like different shades in here, it can be a lot more noisier than just doing one pass. With multiple passes with the same color, I think. So there's like a few things there as like a takeaway, if I remember. But yeah, but otherwise, oh shit, why is this lagging? Lagging is what it is. Oh, this could also work actually. This is too noisy. What the hell is this? What in the world is this? You guys can't see it, but the brush is named Rock Texture Brush. The fuck is this? Great. But some takeaways. I think ideally, going into tomorrow, ideally we can start actually making something out of this instead of just continuing this kind of blind journey, which is also fine. I think still stuff that we can learn probably, but if we can apply it, I would like to apply more than continuing this exercise. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! This looks kind of cool actually. Yeah, it's got scattering on it. Some of these brushes are kind of annoying because it scatters and it's very hard to control, but otherwise they are very decent brushes. Oh wow, this is very dense, but it's also kind of hard to use. Wait, what? It's on the other side. Let's drop it into favorites for now so I can find them. No, it's still here, still here. Oh, bad stipling. Right here. So this brush, if I can just take out the randomness, I think it would be pretty nice. Angle. No random, no direction. No, it's still random. So it's a spraying with jitter, I think. Spraying effect, right? Yeah, spraying effect. What if I just turn this off? Oh, it starts tessellating, I see. Hang on. Because the edges are too crisp, like that, you can see that very clear edge. Otherwise, that method could work. It's just how the original was made. I could change that. Then we will have whatever texture this is, which I don't know if it's necessarily that useful, but it is a different, something different. It looks interesting. Oh, we can make it even more crisp. Wait, if I do this, okay, let's say I do this. This can emulate, so if I went in and changed the thing instead, it will look something like this, perhaps, every time I do a brush stroke. I guess I could work with this. What's happening right now? I mean, but if you erase enough, it's... Oh, but it's faintly there. Huh? Interesting. Pure heart noise. Ah, okay, this is also pretty cool. Again, some weird... size randomization. I don't know why people like that, because once it starts shifting, then things start to merge, right? The shapes start to merge. Doesn't seem very... Ooh. Actually, I kind of like some of these things if they just don't have the jitter on them. Pretty good. I don't hate this. This looks pretty good. Huh, maybe there's more potential to this brush set than I thought, because I got this in a while back, but because they all jitter like crazy, I've kind of written it off in my head a long time ago. Yeah, see, like some of these brushes, like the brush tip. Is this a brush tip thing? No, it's one brush tip, so it's like, yeah, it's a size jitter and like position jitter and angle jitter, everything at the same time. Oh wow, maybe this has like a lot of potential then if we just take out all the... Wait, hang on, what is this doing? Just the spring? But this doesn't look... Yeah, but if you scatter, it's always gonna be like this. I don't know. Maybe not for this one. Maybe not this one. Because the shape itself is too rigid. So without the jitter, it's just a square. Whereas the other guys are just noise. What is this? I know that one day. This organized dots noise. Huh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is actually a really pog brush. Hang on, this is a really pog brush. What is the tip, dude? Oh, wow, I've never seen this. So it's like some kind of action liney setup. But because it's got downstrokes and upstrokes, it looks like a tube. Looks like one of those like high texture setups. You can put down and erase it. Dang, I think we're about to see a sort of a lot more textures in my stuff. Because you can put them together and all of a sudden it's like, oh, what the... I'm sure I find a good use for all of this thing. Alright, let me start to how should I deal with this? Should I duplicate it? Maybe let's just duplicate them. Shove it in there. Where's the other one? Shit. What was the other one? Was there another one? Maybe there wasn't another one. Every line. So this one I can restore to the default. It's just like but the watercolor edge is very hard to deal with. None of that nonsense, please. What is this? I don't like how it looks, but this is also unique, I suppose. Huh. The bacteria or something. Square dither noise. Oh, this is the one we were playing with, right? And then there's also this. This is a really dense noise brush, but the other one that we just made before, I think... Not you. Not you. Actually, what is this one? Is this? Doesn't look like it. It's not got the same... Okay, that means I'm missing something. Hang on. Pure heart noise. Did I take this before? Was it this? Shit. Well, I do have the stream to go back if I really want to find it. But it's all here anyways. Pure heart noise? I did take out this, right? Oh yeah, okay, it must be this then, because I did modify this, right? Okay, that makes sense. And I can reset this. Okay, okay, okay. As long as we get new brushes to play with, I think we've gotten something out of it. That being said, I do want to consolidate them into the same spot. So you... Lightning? Oh, this is the wrong position. It's over here. So this guy... and this... Nope, not that. Wait, no. Oh, I guess it's the other guy. I'll leave these guys here. They have traditionally been here, so that's fine. Everybody else can join this extra brush group, which you guys can't see what I'm doing. I just realized, but I'm just shifting my brushes around here. Oh, probably for drawing the clouds, right? Let's push clouds down. I guess fundamentally these are the same, so these should come here, I think. These are just generic ones, and these are also generic ones. Sorry, what's the difference? Oh, yeah. Anyways, I think I'll hop off here for today. I don't remember what I did. I think, let me see. I guess this is where we started off with yesterday. This is where we are now. In like, what, 2.5 hours-ish? Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, anyways, I'll hop off here for today. Thank you guys for coming. I will see you guys tomorrow for something. Not sure what yet. But yeah, have a good night, guys. Goodbye.